Sportsview London boxing news from the capital city, here with boxing legend Nigel Benn. Nigel, firstly, thank you for giving up your time and joining us this evening. It's much appreciated.
No problem, Simon.
Firstly, I'd like to ask you, how's your life in Australia?
I tell you what, mate. For me, it's the best country I've ever been to. I lived in Miami, I lived in LA, 12 years in New York. And you know what? You put them all together and they don't add up to Australia. It's that lovely.
Really? Is it just laid back out there, Nigel?
It's not that it's England of old. I don't know how old are you, Simon?
36 I am now.
Yeah. Well, when you get in your 50s, then you'll understand how it was back in the 70s and the 80s. And that's why in Australia it's a lot like that. It's all about family, and I like that.
Right. Do you see now when you come back? Obviously, I grew up around your area. I used to see you as a younger man in Beckenham and places like that.
Yeah.
He's shot to pieces now, isn't it? You know, you see.
It's like, I mean, I can't say enough of that. You know the score anyway, but I'm glad I'm out in Australia. I just can't wait to get back to it, the truth, Simon.
Oh, good for you, good for you. Are you over for much longer, Nigel?
Yeah, I've got another 2 more weeks in me. I'll come and see my grandson I've never met because I've been in Australia nearly 2.5 years. I've met him for the first time, so it's a pleasure. I really want to try and get all my kids out to Australia with me, you know, God willing, that, you know, hopefully next year I'll bring them all out there, just have a good look at it, see what they like about Australia, because, you know what I mean, being in Captain and all that, you know, Australia's got more to it, more for as long as they've got some qualifications, you know.
Yeah.
My daughter wants to be in one daughter wants to be in the cat, wants to be a veterinarian. So the difference is I would like them to come out there just to see what it's like out there.
Fantastic.
You know,
are you still involved in boxing on any front in Australia, Nigel? Training?
Yeah, Carl. I train every day with the youth out there, you know, and I love it. A lot underprivileged kids out there where I work with.
Right.
So I try and get them all off the street and all that, which is hard work. But, you know, somebody's got to do it, and I rather enjoy it. If I can just instill some discipline in the kids out there, I mean, it's a bonus for me.
Most
and
definitely.
Plus me and my wife, we do marriage counselling at Hillsong Church, so that's a big plus for me. That's the biggest plus ever, to be able to go and help people through their marriage crisis and all that. That's an absolute plus to me.
How does it feel, Nigel, given your career and you know your ups and downs in the sport and your life, and now you're able to take your experiences and put it back and guide a younger man?
Well, you know what it is, Simon? It's just nice that you think, well, you know what it is, because a lot of people just get it so twisted. They think it's just all about boxing, but they just see the big pot of gold at the end of it, but they don't know what they got to go through, that discipline, when you've got to sacrifice your family life and your sacrifices just to be number one. And a lot of guys are talented here, but, you know, a lot of them I would like to ship out to England because they won't get the recognition here. Boxing's not big here. It's got like they've got the cricket, they've got the rugby, then they've got the Australian rugby, then they've got the football now. So boxing's it's really funny. Sometimes you're going to fight. It's like you've got to walk through a bingo hall again. I think, really? I've got to walk through this bingo hall again. You know, people are sitting down there talking to each other. It's a good fight. I say, oh, yeah, all right, really, yeah. So they're not really. So we're going to try, because I want to try and see what I can do out here. I want to try and see I want to get a lot of selected fighters out from Australia, take them over to do work either with Ricky Hatton, Joe Carabecki's got a stable, Brian McGrew, you know, like we've got 5 professional fights and see how we go. So I want to try and do something, you know, encourage you guys, like, you know, what they can really achieve. It's like, you know, and I try and help them. It's, you know, try and set something up so I can give them a bit of help.
Oh, that's fantastic. And you touched on it earlier, Nigel, your family. Your son, Connor, is a talented fighter following in your footsteps as a boxer now. Tell us a little bit about him.
Well, Connor's a good boy. You know what it is? He just turned 18, and you know what? For the first time, he went out, and I mean, he went out and he got lagging, and I mean. So since he turned 18, because all the time when he was 17, I said, "Oh, I don't care what you're doing, mate. You got being at 10:30, mate. 10:30, 10:30, 10:30, 10:30." Since he turned 18, he just went and let his hair down. I said, "Okay, mate." And then I thought, okay, what can I do? And then he fought the Australian #1. He's beaten one already, and then he fought another Australian #1. Then he had him down like he worked boxing for seven months, and after he let his hair down, and then he said, okay, right, I'll go for the state title. And he lost in a split decision. And I think, well, you've been out 7 months and you're fighting. So that just shows you the level that they're at. Some of them are good, but the difference is if he couldn't do that in England. Do you understand what I mean? But he's got, and he went in there and he had a real good hard fight with him. They were winging him in. I thought, well, he said, yeah, he lost. And yeah, what a great fight. I said, no, son, you lost. Yeah. Now, if he was boxing all the time in that 7-month period, he would have stopped him. He would have stopped him. He's been sparring with like some of the pros over here, and he's been doing really well. And I mean, at the end of the day, if I look at my level where I was, me and him being at it, he's like way surpasses where I was. His trainer's absolutely brilliant. The trainer, I mean, his trainer trains me. I'm sorry to say, but he can put all my trainers together and they don't add up to how good he is.
Oh, really?
That's how I look at it. Yeah, because everybody just taught me to fight.
Yeah.
Everyone just no one taught me anything else but fight. And being honest with you, everyone would talk, it's only about money. I can tell you that now. It's all about money. Every single trainer, it's all about money. I'm not knocking them. Yeah. But that's what it's about. Never had anyone that really kind of say, love me like a son, me love them like a dad. It's all just about money, really.
Of course. And what? I know it's a bit early to say. You're talking about the Olympics and whatnot, but.
That's where he's going to go. That's where he's going to go. Because we want to bring him back to Ricky. Because the reason why I don't know if you saw me doing pad work with Ricky. But the reason why I've done that is just to see how good Ricky was.
Yeah.
He didn't get this on tape. He was with one of them. I think he got the brothers. He got 3 brothers there now. Upton brothers.
Yeah, that's
right. He was doing this kind of Mayweather pad work, but he was really doing it at speed. And I was just about to leave. I think that's what Conor does.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want him just to teach Conor to be a fighter, but Conor can box, bang, and he can do everything.
Yeah.
So when I saw that, I thought that's what Conor can do. And actually, said, can you do that again? So I got it on tape, and I said it on the phone, and I said it to my son. I said, they do exactly what you're doing here, son, and he laughed, you know what I mean? So Ricky's got everything covered. He's got a lovely gym up there.
Yeah.
And I think Ricky will do good for him.
Fantastic. And I know it's, obviously he's developing his man strength and whatnot, but what sort of weight would he be when he's going
to start at 54 kilos,
right?
And he's going to work his way through. That's where I want him to start,
right?
Because once he starts maturing, he's going to grow. But it gives him, because he makes 64, but he's a strong 64. And it just by him doing that. To make 64, he's got to discipline himself. We're not talking about draining himself, we're just talking about eating right, and then eventually move up into lightweight, light welter, light middle. Do you understand? I just believe that he can go,
He's got the height as well, hasn't he?
Well, he's getting there. He's getting there, but he's got the strength, and he's got that kind of my DNA. He's got that. And it's not, but he won't copy me. He won't, no disrespect to Chris Jr., but he has to be himself. There's only one Chris Eubanks. You cannot be your dad. You've got to start coming out, not simply the best, come out something you like. Yeah. Come out and just be something that you are. If you feel like you want to go down that route, that's fine. But the difference is he's got to be his own man. Maybe they jump in the ring with all the suits and doing all that. You can't do that. It's disrespectful to Ronnie.
Yeah,
it's not right. It's not right. It's not healthy. I don't believe it's healthy.
Nigel, new to obviously on the social media scene, never really been a thing of yours, but you're now.
No, I've just started. No, we're just starting. They just got me starting doing it. I've not done it because really and truly, when I retire from boxing, a lot of time I'll be honest with you, I don't want to be in contact with those people. I know a lot of people got in social media, meet girls from school, they ain't seen them 15 years, and then end up being back with them after they've been married. I'll be honest, I don't need to be in contact with anybody. I've got an agent that does it, but he brings me the question and I answer him. and not, I don't get somebody to do it for me, but he vets all the questions that he brings to me, and I'll answer them myself.
Yeah,
I like doing that, because I'm not really good at I'm computer literate, really, to tell you the truth.
You're doing a fair job. I must say, that's what I thought. You know, you went on it, and your followers were up there straight away, weren't they? And you know,
well, I thought, but there's so much more to come, and there's so much more to come, because it's not actually happening in my life anyway.
Most definitely. You touched on it there briefly, Nigel, and you know, you interact with your people. You know, you're known as people's champion.
But these people support me through my career, man. I love them for it, because without them, there would not be a Nigel Benn. I don't care what anybody said, and that's where I had the problem with Froch when he said to the British public, like, you know, well, he didn't actually say it. I wasn't even on Twitter then.
Yeah.
And he said, no, I don't get the respect that I deserve. I said, hold on a minute. And then he came and said, I've got a better record in Joe Kawasaki, I've got a better record in Nigel Benn, Chris Eubanks, Michael Watson, and blah, blah, blah. I thought, hold on a minute. I've kept him out quiet. I thought, you had George M. McClellan time when you fought Andre Ward. I don't mean that in a disrespectful way.
Yeah.
And you got served. And then he come out and said, oh, he's a bit slippery. Yeah, because he had to do what he had to do to beat you.
Yeah.
And then before Kevin, he got the same thing too. And I said to myself, hold on. No disrespect, but where's your Iran Barkley? Where's your Doug DeWitt? Where's your Robbie Sim? Where's your Chris Schubert? Where's your Michael Watson? Where's your John Steve? I said, hold on a minute, and you got legacy? Really? Really? I'm not being disrespectful, but don't come and knock us, mate. We laid the foundation for you.
Yeah. Did you find it disrespectful in a way that you built financially for the money to get into the weight, into the, say, the super middleweight division? You know, you paid the way for that.
No, you know, it was enough. But I think at the end of the day, you can't say it's like me. It's just, I said, well, I don't get the respect I deserve. That means that I'm slagging off all these people that supported me through my career. They don't respect me. I think, no, hold on a minute. It's like, man, I want to bow down and say I'm not worthy for you, the way that you lot looked after me, the way that you treated me when I was down. You lot lift me up. When I was winning, you was behind me. When I was losing, you were still behind me.
Yeah.
No, mate, you can't, because at the end of the day, it's just like when you got beat. Well, he got beat by George Rose. He was sitting there next to him, you know, at the tip, and everyone started booing.
Yeah.
That just shows you, because people like it. You should have gone and said, well done, mate, you've done really well with George. I'll give you a shot. Then the opponent will remain with you because you showed the opponent respect.
Yeah.
So, you know, we all know anyway. And I mean, at the end of the day, sorry, I've got to throw this one in the mix while I'm talking about him.
Yep, go on.
James Gale, really? Oh, you couldn't motivate you? That man should motivate you, mate, because he's a great fighter. But the difference is, you want to prove yourself, you're going to prove it against James DeGale, regardless. We all know that. We're all on the boxing circuit now. James DeGale is a real deal.
Most definitely.
He's a real deal. He's going to be around for a long time.
I was talking to your former manager, Ambrose Mendy, about him, Nigel, and he thinks that, you know, like yourself, he's going to do big things now, you know.
I believe so, mate. He's a strictly southpaw, mate. He's really good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Whilst you touched on a subject there of Carl Froch, I have to ask you, it's a question that the sort of fans have sort of sent in. If the best Nigel Benn had fought the best Carl Froch, what, in your opinion, would have been the outcome?
It's the same thing people ask me about Joe Kawasaki.
Yeah.
What would happen? I'm not going to slag him down. I'll tell you what I have to say.
Yeah.
All I know that he would have been in a real fight. That's all I can say. The same with Joe Kawasaki. All I know, they would have been in a real fight. That was it. You know me. I fought the mini Mike Tyson. I had to do what I had to do.
Yeah, of course.
So that's all I can say, because I can't, I don't want to go and say, well, how was the best night? I don't know. I really don't know. Like Joe Kawasaki, I don't know. All I know, they would have been in the fight. I'm not going to say I'd win, because sometimes that's a cheap shot.
Of course. I'll give it
the best 100%. You know that.
Yeah.
Because what they do that way, because when he conducts himself, we're going to make his blood boil. So I'm going to give it 100%.
Yeah. Nigel, you've already said you work around a lot of young kids coming through, and you actually spoke with George Gross before the biggest fight of his life. What sort of advice do you give to these young fighters coming through now, Nigel?
Well, it's not just about, a lot of the fighters, they think that they don't understand. It's not just about what you do in the ring, it's what you do outside the ring. Your dietary, how's your dietary program? What are you taking out that you've got to put back in? Get off all these fizzy drinks and you think they're good for you, they're not.
Yeah.
Start just drinking electrolytes rather than taking vitamin B12, vitamin C, D, and all these kind of things that you take out your body. The potassium, the calcium, the iron, the zinc, all these things that you take out your body, I think you've got to put back in.
Most definitely.
And then be disciplined.
Yeah.
But the difference is, one of them without drunk, it embarrassed me. So I said, you know what? Now you was in the Premier League, then you go down in the 4th division, you train with him. I've done it for about 3 months.
Yeah.
Didn't we change your mind? No. I'm not being disrespectful. You've got 2-time world champion. You're training you for absolutely nothing. I don't charge a penny. I don't do it because I love the kids. They love the kids. I don't try to be a father figure to them. No, I just want to help them grow. Even if they don't make it in boxing. But at least they've got that discipline to be dedicated at what they do.
Most definitely, yeah. That's thank God the over here now they're trying to bring that back now. Rather than all the forgive the wording, rather than all these Herberts hanging around on the corner, they're trying to get them in a club.
Yeah, that's right. I spent 4 years, 266 days in the army. It was a great move for me.
Yeah,
and I won't look back. So a lot of it had to do with the way that the army brought me out, that discipline, the determination, the will to win. It all came from the army. It put me on the right track. If I didn't join the army, I might have been banged up or 6 foot under. Yeah,
most definitely, yeah. But no doubt that had a part to play in some of your fights where you dug so deep, Absolutely.
That's where it all came from, man. I had a lot to do with... I don't know, just when I was growing up, I was fighting with the national front back in the 70s and the 80s. Yeah. It's just one of those things, mate.
Nigel, going back to, you mentioned earlier your fight with Gerald McLennan, the mini Mike Tyson as he was known.
Yeah.
Obviously, putting the tragic side of that night aside, going into that fight, Gerald McLennan was a 3-1 on favourite, and absolutely no one gave you a prayer. Did that put fire on your belly, but added fire in your belly on that night?
What happened? You there?
Yeah, I'm there, mate, yeah.
Yeah, what happened, I was meant to fight, Michael Nunn.
Yeah.
And Donkey said, my manager, look, fight Michael Nunn, but you've got to take 100 grand off. I said, what? I said, I'm not doing that. He said, otherwise we're going to bring him in Mike Tyson. But I'm not one of these guys I've been hit with pickaxe handles, baseball bats. I've been batted left, right, and centre. I've been in the army. 6 of my friends got blown up. The only way that Mrs. Huggins can identify a husband was by the wedding ring, which was 600 metres away from his body.
Oh, man.
And so when you go through all them kind of things, and your personal drama in your life, he didn't have no fear of me. I said, hold on, everyone had me no fear. I'm gonna swallow. If I'm going out on my shield.
Yeah.
But I actually did have one bit of fear. One bit of fear whatsoever. When I come out there, people only banged me out through the ring, and everyone said I was a long count. Yeah, because you get 20 seconds when you're out on the canvas.
Of course, yeah.
Check the manual.
Yeah.
Right, and then he was trying to wobble and all that. Oh, I should have been stopped. I should not. Read the manual. Yeah. Then I got back in after the first round, then the man Mancini moved Kenny, my trainer, out the way and said to him, look at the state that you got me. Look at the state that you got me. Look, he was telling me, and I think, ring the bell. And you watch the second round, I'm chasing him around the ring.
Yeah.
I'm the one chasing him. He just battered me, but I'm chasing him. And then afterwards, you to understand it takes you about at least 6 to 8 months to adapt to the weight, from light middle, then to middle, then to super middleweight. So it takes about nearly about a year and a half or 18 months to adapt to that weight.
Yeah.
They didn't. They just threw him in straight away. Said, I'm going to run over like Julian Jackson or something. Never, mate. Never.
No, you did. We actually were in they did a ringside special. Funny enough, just now, I don't know if you knew it was on today. They did a replay with all the Mayweather stuff. They did your ringside special tonight. And and a lot of people at the time were saying that, you know, obviously I was 11, and you know, you're the reason we love boxing, you know. And
thanks a lot, buddy.
No, pleasure. And obviously that fight, you know, you see you taking a shots when your head is already down, trapped in the ropes, and then come out in that second round and catch him clean was just unbelievable.
People didn't realise. I'll tell you what. I remember one time it's in the 7th round, right?
Yep.
If you watch that, my back is against the room, and he's like, oh, I threw a punch. I knew I hit him really hard just before the bell went. Yep. And you kind of see his head just move. It was so fast.
Yeah.
And people don't realise how hard I was banging him. I was banging him really hard.
Yeah.
I think it was like, because I don't know, when you put me down in round 8.
Yeah.
The first thing I done, when he put me down, I knew what I threw even today. Right uppercut. No, straight right.
Yeah.
Right uppercut, left hook, and bang. Said, when you come back to round 9, you got more of that.
Yeah.
I just knew. I just knew. I remember the shots that hurt. That shook him up.
Most definitely.
And when he put me down, I just knew in the heart. I just knew I was going to win the fight. It never once started that. Never.
When after the fight finished, Nigel, you obviously like that. You know, a war. You know, you were taking a fair few shots yourself. Did it almost frustrate you that sort of everyone had written you off and now they all sort of wanted to jump in the ring and almost be your pal?
No, after the fight, all I really wanted to do was go down to Ministry of Sound to the trip. Going down the pipe, I was all bashed up. But really, I love DJing, mate. But anyway,
I know.
That's another story anyway.
Yeah.
No, I'll tell you what it was. I didn't even think about that. I didn't even have time to think about that. You know, it was one of them kind of fights where you think to yourself, it's the best fight of my life, but yet it will not be played.
Right.
It would not be played. It was not. You can't say it's the best fight. A lot of people say, "Oh, the greatest fight I've ever seen," but the difference is, it's not the greatest fight because I came out with damaged nose, damaged jaw, urinating blood for 3 days. He came out paralysed, blind, 80% deaf, in the wheelchair. So you can't really kind of at the time when I was a Christian, that was my attitude. Yeah, they only do it over it and bash me up. But as you get older, I think, well,
you see,
it could have been me. It could have been me.
Yeah.
I'm not being disrespectful, but he weren't a nice man. I mean, some of the things that he done away with the pit bulls and Labradors and things that he done weren't nice.
No. I remember that clearly. Even as I say, I was 11 years old, and I'll never forget that. And then, everyone knew that, didn't they? They knew that about him coming over and having that sort of bit about him.
That gangster, that Chicago, that kind of gangster fight, and he's the image, now that his dogs lose, he's going to shoot them in the head. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
it just weren't nice. It just weren't nice. And then he said to my dad, "No, I'm going to beat your boy."
Oh.
So these are the kind of things that you're saying that, you don't know the old Dark Destroyer, mate.
Yeah. Just finally on that fight, how can you describe, Nigel? How could you, obviously you're focused, you've got a job to do against a dangerous man, but the atmosphere that night.
Do you know what? That was the scariest atmosphere. I don't mean the scariest. It's like you could cut the atmosphere with a knife. I remember, if you look at the second time that he put me down, there was somebody's son in the ring. Outside the ring, cheering for him to knock me out. Cheering. I'll never forget that. He wasn't allowed to mention it, but, and I remember that every time I looked down and knocked down, I see son in the background, one of my ex-trainers. You watch that fight. As soon as he put me down, you see going crazy. Yeah. But you know what? I soon turned that around, mate.
Yeah, most definitely.
All the doubters, mate. I stuff it all up the doubters. I really do. But But being honest with you, Simon, I ain't got no time wasting for them. I retired. All right, God bless me. So I move on from sad people. Done it, mate. Done it all. It is, and what to finish it off, right? You know what it is? I just come back from Vegas, right?
Yeah.
In November.
Yep.
Yeah. Tyson was it, Colonel Whitaker, Sam Judah, you name it. Cesar Chavez.
The WBC convention.
Yeah, let me tell you what happened. It was like they voted for all the way from actually? Yeah. They all, sorry, my daughter talking to me. Yeah, so all the way from flyweight up to heavyweight, they voted. 85,000 people voted in, and you know what they voted for the best super middleweight in the world, the WBC, the premier belt? Nigel Gregory Benn.
Good.
Hello? There were 4 people sitting in the office. There were 4 people sitting in the office. I can't really take that. But when it's 85,000 people voting in for them, I was there. I think, me, little guy from Ilford Essex. 143 and you got Ilford Essex, me there. Look, Nigel Benn. Hello?
Oh, mate, that must have been some feeling, that Nigel.
Of course it was, because you look at it, I was like a kid in a candy store, and nobody deserves me. It was unbelievable. Tyson, I won't say that's off. But anyway, we're past it. But there was everybody from Bone Crusher Smith, Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, Tommy Evans, Roberto Moran. And he had a picture. It was like, got pictures with Mayweather. I mean, he had massive security around him. So it makes me feel like, well, you know what? The public voted for me.
Yeah.
Voted for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's good for me, mate. That's to me, that's a blessing. I thought, okay, I didn't say that, and they voted for me, so it's a blessing. It's really great.
How much that I'm not sure if you're aware now. Obviously, you've got your new life, and everyone wishes you all the best. But how does it still feel now? You are, and that's proving it. You still are the people's champion. How does that feel?
But you know what, Simon, I'm not being disrespectful, but you know what, because of my life's moved it's a great feeling. It's absolutely a great feeling, because on Tuesday, I was with Chris, right?
Right.
And he makes me laugh. He's still... I've never met a black eccentric man in my life, but he's still out there, mate. He's still out there. He's coming out and saying, well, yes, well, you know that I beat you. I'm like, yeah, no problem, mate. Yeah, you know that I beat you. And I'm thinking, all right, no worries, Chris. Still got voted the best super middleweight. Still got voted the best super middleweight in the world by the Premiership title, mate. Yeah, but I still beat you. Yeah, no worry about it, mate. God bless you, Chris. Hold on, what are you talking about? He's still living in the past, mate. Hand over the baton to your son. Hand over the baton to your son, mate. Our days are over.
Yeah. And
I know for a fact he would still love to have a tear up with me.
You could see, I'm not sure how many years ago it was, the Spartan, the Gladiator thing you did together.
Yeah, he got bashed.
Mate.
He had a little cut and he said, I can't carry on. I thought, you know I was going to stop you. It was so funny. Oh, mate. Yeah.
But even then, like you've, as a man, standing there as men, you've beat him, and he still wouldn't have it, would he? He wouldn't.
Yeah, but that's just the way we are. Even if we're in our 70s, me and Chris, we're always going to have a rivalry. It's just the way that God's made us.
Most definitely.
We're just going to have a rivalry towards one another. That's it. He's a good man, being honest with you, because I needed Chris as much as he needed me.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
I mean, being able to have, before all this satellite TV come out, we had 47,000 at Old Trafford, over 18.5 million people watching this. I think, thank you, Chris. I needed you, mate.
Yeah, most definitely. That never leaves you, does it? No. It's, whilst you're based in Australia, are there any UK fighters that you keep an eye on?
Well, I tell you what, because you don't get. I think Frampton in Quigley. I met Frampton on Saturday.
Yep.
but I've not really watched them. Quickly, I met on Saturday.
Oh yeah, your evening, yeah.
Yeah, I think then I would like to see them fight, and I would like to see Kell Brook and Amir Khan fight, because it's all in the making.
Yeah.
It's all there.
Most definitely. Yeah.
You know, and I want to see how good really Fury is, really.
Right. You want to see him step up and.
Well, he's already there, but I really want to see what he's like, because I like people when they get clumped. It's just like
Joshua, yeah.
I mean, I've not seen him fight once, but he took me to look at his finesse. Oh, man, what a sight.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's been banging people over, banging. And the first thing that comes in my mind, I ain't seen him fight. He didn't have a Bruno. I'm not being disrespectful.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not being disrespectful, but I don't know, because he's banging everybody over. Has he been clumped yet?
Yeah.
That's what I like. I like to want to get clamped, go down like I did against Andy Logan, Joe McCann, and Eubank and Watson, and still get out and give it your best.
Yeah.
Because that's what we want to know. It's not about you winning. If I know that you can take the clap and you can get out and have a score, it's what you are, that's it. Then you'll find out.
Yeah.
And I'm not being disrespectful, but he looks a man-made mountain, Anthony Joshua.
Unbelievable. Flexibility as well. You wouldn't have seen it, but he can do the crab and all sorts of gymnastics and that. But as you say,
he's flexible.
Yeah, you've never, Nigel, I swear to you, for 17, 18 stone plus, he can do the crab. He does all the the vertical movements on the beams and that.
Oh, really?
Incredible.
I've never seen him. I've never seen him fight, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not being disrespectful, because I've not seen him fight once.
Nigel, who's your favourite fighter?
Mine?
Yeah.
Well, you see, in hailing, first of all, the Magnificent Four, Duran, Leonard, and Hagler, they were my four, because we followed them. But
wow.
Then before that, Tyson was, when he was 19, man, he was fierce. Yeah. He was fierce. I mean, sparking Peyton Tomlin and Trevor Burbick. And I mean, he was fighting like he was a middleweight. He was so fast.
Yeah.
It's just like, it was just so explosive. And when you hit, them head punches, and I know for a fact they were like headache punches. I was like, I know that. Phenomenal.
Yeah. And your favourite fight?
I'll be honest with you, because then you can go with Mark Antonio Barrera and the trilogy.
Morales.
We can go on, and then you can watch Manny Pacquiao and Marquez. So there's so many different fights. I can't put my finger on there, because I think at the end they're the kind of fight I think, man, they even having a breather, and they just go there for 12 rounds.
Yeah.
So so there's so many different fights that I can't really put my finger on any, because there's so many great fights out there. I can't say, I forgot about that one. Oh, that one. You know what I mean? So,
I know. It's mine change all the time. I think I've got it, and then I watch one, and it's just there's just too many, isn't there? It's,
yeah, there's too many, mate. What a lovely man,
Yeah.
That was a good fight when he fought Nance, you know what I mean?
Oh, most definitely.
Great fight.
Brilliant fight. Pereira, standout fighter, most definitely. I'm gonna ask you a really boring question now, Mike. Big fight coming up at the weekend between Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. What's your thoughts on how you think the fight's going to go, Nigel?
Well, I'm going to try and look at it two ways. I'm going to look at it this, right? I think Mayweather has to win this fight, because he has, to me personally, get the recognition that he deserves. That's what I believe.
Right.
And I know, as a black man, I know he's flash and flash.
Yeah.
I don't like that. But everyone's been knocking him. Everybody's really been knocking him. And so I said, hold on a minute. I thought, what's good to know? But he was too old. All right, then. Bring me Alvarez. Oh, I deal with him. Bring me Robert Guerrero. I deal with him. Give me Ortiz. I deal with him. Bring me Sean Murray. I deal with him. I think, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. He's adapted to everything. He's lifestyle. I don't like it. And I love my Christian brother, Manny Pacquiao, who's a humble servant of the Lord, which I love so much, you know.
Without that, yeah.
You know, so he has a good quality as well, but he didn't get there first. He went through the same thing with women and drink and all that as well, but his life changed when he met Jesus. And I think, you know, so that's a good, what a great man he is. You know, but I just believe that no one's got the DNA or the blueprint on Mayweather, as he says. So it's going to be a great fight. It all depends how Pacquiao comes out. Is Pacquiao going to come out and go for him, which is going to get caught? Or whatever way it was, I think things going to work him out. Because I think Mayweather needs this fight so badly, and I think Pacquiao needs it after the Marquez knockout.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be a great fight. I think everybody that Mayweather's fought, Pacquiao's fought, and Pacquiao's done a better job.
Yeah, well, they lined them up in pictures the other day, and it was so noticeable. Yeah, I know what you're saying there. Yeah.
You know, Mayweather's not reckless. He's not reckless. I think he will suss out. Manny, he might even go down. He might go down for the first time, but I think that he'll work him out.
Yeah, most definitely.
I really do.
Yeah, fascinating stuff. Nigel, listen, mate, I can't thank you enough for your time and you know, giving us nearly 40 minutes of your time and some of these questions.
Yeah, you know what? It's even my phone bill, not yours. So you're a blessed man.
So do you know what? I forgot all the. I feel terrible now. Do you know what, Nigel? I tried.
Don't worry about it, mate. I want to thank you, Simon. May God continue to bless you. May you go from strength to strength, mate. Bless you, brother.
Thanks, Nigel.